This morning we have the Spitfire from eFlite. I'll be flying this on a 4S 2200 battery instead of the 3-cell battery that it calls for. I think the manual calls for the specs to be a 3S 2200 to 3200. I found that it flies okay on the 4S. Your mileage may vary, but my electronics are holding up fine. So I find it just has a little more power to it and a little more pleasurable to fly. It does come with flaps and retracts on it. There's full flaps right there. Takeoff, first tick, flaps up. It's a good flying plane. Alright, let's get this up on the line. Alright, got the Spitfire on deck from eFlite, 1.2 meter size. This is a really good flying plane. However, it is the first time that I've flown it in about 4 months due to the winter season. And then once I started back into this season, I started flying EDS primarily. So let's see what we can do. Got about a 4 mile an hour solid and gusts up to 7. Wind coming out of the south-southeast, so taking off and getting around the sun will be tricky. Alright, here we go, coming out. Advance the throttle, come back on the elevator, come up over the sun. Gears are up. That was no flaps. Looks like I've got my switch call out backwards on my gear. Ooh, this battery is dead. We're not going to make it down in one piece. All we could do was coast it down. That battery was deader than a doornail. Hopefully it came out with relatively minimal damage. I started to pull the gear back down. However, I opted out of it at the last minute and raised the gear, thinking that it would do less damage when it comes down over here in the rough. Yeah, I didn't have enough power to do anything. It was all I could do to make that last turn, and I could tell it was starting to stall. Oh man, I hope that's not it down there by the tree. Yeah, it is. Alright, well let's come over here and recover it, and I'll turn back the video when I get close. Alright. Getting closer to the wreck now. Looks like it caught this branch here coming in. Still have full control surfaces. So let's recover it out of this thicket. Yeah. Looks like one gear got a little whoppy jogged on it. I'll have to fix that when I get up underneath the awning where I can see it better. And let me just try something here. That's full throttle right there. And it dropped quicker. Imagine sitting here for a few minutes. It allowed the battery to regain some momentum to it. Alright. Well, we'll take another look at it when we get up to the top of the hill. Alright, back up here on the bench with the Spitfire. fairly small damages to it. A little bit of scuffing here on the bottom of the wing, a little bit of a ding right there, nothing major. A little bit of scuffing here on the leading edge. This one was actually hanger rash. When I went to hang it up in my shop, it slipped out of my hand and rubbed against another plane. So let's look at the battery. You can see we got ranges from 409 to 401. Hopefully you can see that in the screen. And it shows to be 84%. However, when we hook this up, we'll bring it over here so we get a little more room. Normally we got a stand out there that we'll use now, and let's go ahead and put it out here just for safety's sake. Alright, now what I want to do is plug this into the readout and give it throttle and see what she does. Alright, here we go. Hopefully this is in view. If not, I'll call it out. Full throttle. You can see it just shut off on its own. That's full throttle. And it just wound down and shut off on its own. And that's what I was experiencing in the air. Come back to drop your throttle down all the way, and it resets it. And you can hear it winding down. So we do have a adapter that we're going between, because this is EC5 on it. So let me get a different. Alright, we put a different adapter in line. Now we'll try it again. Get our meter up here where we can see it. Here we go. Full throttle. Winding down, hits low voltage cutoff. So we know it's not the adapter. So let me grab a different battery and we'll diagnose it from there. Alright. Now we have a different battery in, still a 4-cell. We'll try it one more time. Here we go. Advancing the throttle, full throttle. And it stays running just fine. However, look at the voltages on that. Drop down to 316, 318, 325. Alright, we'll do more diagnostics when we get back to the shop. Alright, got the Spitfire back on deck after our catastrophic loss of power. We've got a different 4S battery in it, and let's give it another try. Alright, here we go. Back pressure. We'll stay below the sun on this pass. Alright. Gear up. Right here is where it ran out of power last time, and I didn't have enough juice to coast around. I was trying to line up with the runway. I should have just landed it on an east-west pattern. I attribute to the great flying attribute to this plane is why there was so little damages on that no power landing. Alright, let's go ahead and bring it around for a landing. Hopefully this time on the runway and on its main gears, as opposed to a ditch like it had last time. Oh, over the rough. Let's go around one more time. I was lined up a little too close to this side. Alright, coming in. Got a little bit of a crosswind on it. It's impacting us. Down on its mains, drop the tail, and there we are. Circle around. Come in gate 3. There you have it, eFlite, Spitfire. Much better outcome than the flight right before it where we had the loss of power. Alright, thanks for watching.